Hello friends, I am Pranita Sheshni, the students of Recent Training Center. Today I am here to tell you the story of the magical flour mill. Once upon a time in a quaint village nestled between the rolling hills, there lived a humble miller named Thomas. He was known for the exponential flour which came from the traditional mill that had been in his family for the generation. Despite his talent, Thomas struggled to make the ends meet as longer meals overshot him with their modern machines and mass production. Once evening, while walking home after a long day, the Thomas noticed a glimmering light coming from the wood. Curious, he followed it until he stumbled upon an ancient overground mill. As he approached, he felt an inaccessible pool. The mill was adorned with the intricate carvings of the wheat and magical symbols. He cautiously entered and discovered that the machinery was intact and albeit covered in the Thomas inspected the meal. He found an old book resting on the counter. The pages were yellowed and the script was faded, but he could make out of few words the floor of the dreams integrated. He began to read. The book detailed a process that could turn ordinary grains into the floor that held magical properties, floor that could bring joy, health, and prosperity to those who consumed it. And excited, Thomas decided to try it. He gathered some of his best grains and followed the instructions carefully. As he turned the millstone, a soft glow enveloped the room, and the sound of the laughter filled the air. When he opened the door, he found the villagers gathered outside and drawn by the enchanting aroma wafting from the mill. The next day, the Thomas baked a bread using a magical flour. When he distributed it among the villagers, their faces lit up with the joy. The bread tasted unlike anything they had ever had, light, fluffy, and filled with the warmth. Soon, word the spread about the Thomas remarkable bread, and people came from the far and wide to taste it. With the newfound popularity of his baked goods, the Thomas was able to thrive. He hired more workers from the village, ensuring that everyone benefited from the mill's success. However, as the time passed, he noticed something peculiar. The floor's magical effects began to dwindle. The laughter that once filled the air faded, and the villagers grew restless, seeking more and more bread to fulfill their cravings. And then concerned Thomas returned to the ancient mill, hoping to find answers. He opened the old book once more and discovered the passage he had overlooked. He warned that the magic of the mill was not infinite. It could be only be the suspended through acts of kindness and generosity. The mill thrived on the joy it brought the others, not on the sheer and quantity of the flour producer. And he determined to restore the mill's magic. Thomas organized a festival. He invited villagers to share their stories and their hopes and their dreams. They worked together to create a grand feast using the flour sparingly and focusing on the community. The next morning, when Thomas returned to the mill, he felt a renewed energy and machinery hummed with the life, and the floor flowed like a gentle stream and infused with the worth and happiness once more. The village prospered not just through the bread but through the bond they had strength from that day. And so the the Thomas decided to understood the truth essence of the magical flu. It was not just a source of wealth, but a vessel for a joy and unity. The meal thrived for a generation and tested for power, community, and magic that resides the every act kindness. And the villagers often told Terry Thomas and his enchanted meal, and the reminder that the true magic exists in the connections with the people and joy of a spread. I think it is. I think it. This story is enjoyed to everyone. Thank you for listening me. Thank you, friends.